One day, for once, I would like to just love you the way I want to love you without you annoying me.
Can you sit up, please?
Can I live my life? Can I be who I want to be? What's up, peeps? I'm out here in the streets.
Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be doing a little sit down.
Oh, that's nasty. Anybody needs a husband, a side dude.
I'm putting them up for rent. Seriously, like I need.
I'm out here.
A break. Like seriously, I have no me time, but that's another video.
Whatever. This is called the Abraham Maslow hierarchy of needs.
Okay.
So read what it says right there.
It says Abraham Maslow was an American psychologist who was known for creating the Maslow hierarchy of needs.
Basically, I chose for us to do this today because I want us to look back at this, and we always try to better ourselves all the time. With that being said, I would like to...
Some of the things are written, some of the things are on top of my head. Like, I didn't get the chance to write down because, you know, life takes over.
I don't write stuff down, I go in the booth and I just spit. You know what I'm saying? Alright guys, so I'm gonna Dell go first actually. It's a pyramid. I'm gonna show you a picture afterwards so you guys can see it. The hierarchy of needs. So it's supposed to be 7.
In the 5, they have a whole bunch of little things.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the 5 and we're gonna answer the little small things in between.
As quickly as possible.
We're gonna start with the first one, which is self-actualization. Alright, so the first question. How do you feel about your morality?
Before, when I looked into this pyramid, before yesterday, I would say that things had slowed down since I moved from New York. I mean, so I'm able to think about stuff before acting out, before doing the wrong things. I'm able to think about it and make the right decision. But yesterday, I reacted before thinking with Micah.
That's fine.
So, I feel like I have some work to do.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you score your morality?
5.
Okay. Alright. So, we're still doing self-actualization.
What you?
You want to do this back to back? Okay. So, morality, it comes off as, my dad told me one time, what's the word that he used?
Arrogant.
Arrogant. I try to be like the best version of myself to the point I try to beat myself up at times when I don't do things according to like my book. I don't compare myself to other people. I do the right thing as much as I possibly can. So I guess I would say like I think I'm 7. It's kind of high, but I think I'm about a 7.5. Yeah, about a 7. Next thing is creativity. How do you feel about your creativity?
Well, this kind of hit home when I looked at the pyramid because I'm, not to toot my own horn, but I'm a very creative person. Like when it comes to thinking about stuff outside the box or thinking about good ideas for people to do or for us to do as a family or us to do as a couple. Before getting married, I was an extremely creative person. Photography, you know, a lot of other stuff that I was doing in church. When I got married, photography, for some reason, I took photography into vlogging. I don't have the same amount of time like I had before being married, before I had the baby. So my creativity, I was more focused on being a good mom or being a good wife.
You are. Because you're still growing.
Yeah, being a good mom, making sure I'm a good wife. That I lost sight of the whole creative side of me, which I am now trying to push myself. Blog coming soon. I'm now trying to push myself to get back to not that, as Micah said, not the old person, but incorporate what I was before to who I am now. and push my creativity. So right now my creativity is at a 1.
Wow, that's low then.
I think I could be more creative.
I'm
a very creative
Why
person.
you still do the vlogs? So I don't see you so.
Yeah, but we're not consistent with the vlogs. So my creativity is at a 1. I have great ideas. I'm like, hey, this is a good idea for a video, but I'm not putting in the extra effort. That'll be a 10 soon. Where do you think you stand when it comes to creativity?
Creative wise, like I'm a huge procrastinator. It's just like my default setting. When it comes down to get stuff done, I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm like on it. I feel like I can do better as far as creativity wise.
Very creative person.
I know I do so much stuff. That's the problem, I think. Like I write poetry, I take pictures, I make music. So it's like it's so much stuff. You know what I mean? Like I have different avenues, and I've actually like made money from all those forms, which is a good thing. And I'm not doing it for money, but it just shows that I think money shows that you're actually doing something.
Like if you put your mind to it, you can actually.
Yeah, I think I'm at like 5. If I just put the drive in, I could easily be like an 8, 10.
You know what I think it is? I think if you focus on one thing, make that one thing.
See, my brain don't work like that though. Like I might be making music and then I get inspired to write a poem. You know what I mean? Or I might be writing a poem and like, oh, I need to go take a picture. Like, you know, honestly, like the relationship takes a lot of energy. Like being married takes a lot of energy. Then the relationship, and then nurturing that relationship and nurturing the relationship with my daughter, because I want to be also good at all those things. So those are the times I would like, because remember, like I can take a picture, I can go take pictures in the woods or whatever the case may be, but now I can't go because I have to stay home.
You don't have to stay
I don't have to, but I want to because I want to make sure that that relationship is fruitful as well. I don't want to end up like how I see other relationships, you know? Anyways, I square myself for creative wise a 5. How would you describe yourself when it comes to spontaneity?
I think I'm the most spontaneous one in the couple.
Yeah, you are.
So I would rate myself like a 7.
Okay.
7, 8.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. How do you rate yourself, baby?
When it comes to spontaneity, I think I'm a 1 for that one. Like I said, I'm procrastinator, so my brain doesn't work off the same energy of, like, women can think about like 5 things at one time and like, let's just do this, you know? I'm more so like, I get inspired, so I don't just spontaneous, I just get inspired, so that's how I work, you know what I mean? I have to be in a vibe. The next question, still dealing with self-actualization, is problem solving. How do you feel about problem solving as fast as possible?
I'm a 1.
A 1 in problem solving?
I get flustered easily. Like if there's, a 3. I will solve the problem after I panicked, after I get flustered, after I get angry at Micah, after I get angry at everybody else in the world. Then I will calm down after a while and be like, okay, this is what I need to do. But initially, fluster. How about you? How do you feel?
As far as how did I feel about problem solving, I feel that I'm probably like a 7, 8. Cause they'll think I'm like so like I don't show emotions or anything. It's because I don't like when I do show emotions, it tends to it'd be over too much. Like it's just always too much energy. Like, but I'm going into this phase in my life where I'm becoming more emotionally stable and focusing on the things that matter most. And if I can't solve something or if I can't do it immediately, I already know that it's gonna work itself out. I know in my head when I'm like, for instance, I'm playing basketball, I know like, oh, I'm tired. You see, people will keep pushing themselves, they like score like 20 points and whatever, and like, you know, you just can't do it physically. So that's the same way I am as far as problem solving. I feel like if I just take my time, I can just work myself through something, and I physically and mentally know when I'm not capable of doing something, and I just wait it out. And like I always tell you, things always play themselves out. I don't get flustered or anything like that.
He doesn't, which is annoying. I'm like, give me some reaction.
Yeah, that was all that. Alright, lack of prejudice. Do you feel prejudice against gay people? With this whole Muslim thing that's going on right now?
Okay, it's easier.
Racism?
It's easier for me to deal with racial stuff than religious stuff. But sexuality, I know I'm gonna get heat for this man thing, especially in Atlanta. Man to man and woman to woman. Not a fan. But don't get me wrong, I do have homosexual people I would consider friends, co-workers.
How is that even possible? Like,
because initially I know them before their sexuality. Love them as a person. Don't like homosexuality. Don't like the concept of homosexuality. I do believe man should be with a woman and a woman should be with a man. I do believe that's how the world will be populated. If not, we're just going to become extinct.
Is it because you were raised that way?
It's because it was raised. So it's engraved in my head, and it's because that's what I believe.
So how would you rate yourself when it comes to that?
Lack of prejudice, a 3.
3? Mm-hmm. So you think you could work on that?
I think I can work on it. But when it comes to racial stuff, I love every race. I love learning about different races. I especially want to learn so much more about the Indian culture. Like, I'm so fascinated with the way they dress, fascinated with how they do stuff. I'm so fascinated, and I want to learn more about Muslims too, because I feel like I can learn so much from them, especially the women, when it comes to submission. Because the way they treat their men, as black women, we're taught to, be strong-minded.
As black women in America.
Yeah, we're taught to be strong-minded. Don't let a man, tell you what to do. Don't let him take control of you and whatever. And I admire Muslim women that their submission does not mean weakness. Like, they're submissive to their husband, and it's different than just taking care of the man and making sure that his clothes is okay and he eats and everything. That's fine, because black women do that regardless. But when it comes to the man saying something to you without you reacting, that's something I need to work on. I feel like I can learn a lot when it comes to Muslim women. How do you feel when it comes to lack of prejudice? First, how would you score yourself a 1?
Well, I'll score myself, I think I'm like, I want to say like an 8. I could care less about sexuality. I used to be with Yura, as far as it bothered me a lot or whatever.
It doesn't bother me. If
well,
you're gay.
Okay, not bother me. It used to, what's the word I'm trying to use to not substitute that word for you? I used to have to think about it more. It's like, what am I doing? Am I like wrong for liking these people or trying to have a relationship with these people? Just because of how I was raised as well in the community I'm coming from, as far as like Christianity and all that stuff. But then as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that just how you said you would love to be like more understanding of the Indian culture. If I were to be raised in like a whole entirely different environment, would I still be the way or feel the way about these people? And probably not. So therefore, it just all comes down to how I was raised. As I'm getting older now, I have to now start to understand that, yeah, even though I might believe in something and this is the way, that I want to believe in it and how I was raised, and I choose to continue down this path, it does not mean that my belief or the God that I serve is limited to my understanding. So I have to understand that these people are gay, and that's just who they are. Gay, lesbian, whatever. That's just who they are. Behind that, they are actual people. Would I want to be like, would I go to a gay club though? You know what I'm saying? Do I feel comfortable like at a gay party? No, that's just not my comfort zone. Like the same way I wouldn't be comfortable like when you used to go to parties with a whole bunch of rich people and stuff.
I used to party with rich people?
Not when you're taking pictures with them and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Inviting us out. And I was like, I wouldn't feel, because that's not, I'm not in my comfort zone. Do I have a problem with them? Hell no. It's not a problem. I just don't feel comfortable.
I don't have a problem with the person. It's an act.
Yeah, and whatever a person does behind closed doors is their business. I score myself an 8. It used to be like a 1. I used to be like completely like, what? Yeah, straight Jamaican on it, yo. But I'm growing more wise. And the fact of the matter is not going anywhere. If anything, it's going to get more and more and more.
See, that's what society wants us to be, comfortable with the whole thing.
No, I'm not.
Comfortable to the point where, okay, it's fine.
Yeah, but no, wants is for you to be against or pro. It doesn't want you to understand. If I don't like something on the TV, I just change the channel. Right? I'm not going to be pro or against. I just don't care about it. Like, You know, if it's interesting to me, I'll watch it. If it's not, I just move on. I follow this fight against and Muslims are bad and gay people are this and religion.
I was about to say prejudice has more to do than sexuality.
Yeah, I'm just saying, this is overall. Like, I'm using that for overall. Everything goes to that spectrum. I really don't have any kind of like prejudice to anybody.
Oh, please.
I'm coming from Jamaica, where I grew up in a house with like all my cousins. I've always seen black people, all this kind of stuff. If anything, if I can choose to be around more people than others, I would choose white people.
He doesn't hate white people.
This is what I'm saying. If I can choose to be around white people all the time and actually learn and adapt that, at first it's uncomfortable because I'm not used to it.
And the movie Get Out did not help.
That's what I'm saying. Once again, I would be uncomfortable dating a white woman because I feel like, what would we talk about? The struggles of being a black man, the struggles of, you see what I'm saying? I don't know that world. Not to say white women wouldn't understand me or a white guy wouldn't understand me. It's just that I just don't know that world. I'm open to learn that world, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I just don't understand that world. And I want my daughter to be around more white people than black people. That sounds crazy.
Every race.
But that's how I feel. But and I'm not saying black people, I'm going to say niggers.
Oh my God.
Because there's two types of people. There's niggers and there's black people. There's two types of black. Right? Chris Rock said it. Just now, listen to call me in the car. There's niggers and there's black people. Black people, you go out, you work a hard job, you probably work 2 jobs, come home and take care of your family, you go to school, whatever. Niggas wait for you to go buy your TV after, work hard for your money and come in your house and rob your house. That's niggas. Acceptance of facts. Obviously, she don't accept my facts. I'm trying to tell her. She's going to tell me my facts are wrong. Like, she's me. How would you say your acceptance of facts are?
A 5.
Why?
I will be a 5. There's certain facts that I, for some reason, can't accept. I struggle with death. So I'm a 5. How do you come... how do you
facts? I'm like 7. I'm like a 7 on the high and a 2 on the low. Every day I'm listening to podcasts, I'm learning new things, I'm listening to TED Talks, right? I'm doing all these things and I'm like, there's so much things I don't know. It's so interesting to me, right? But then when I'm listening to all these things, then I'm questioning a lot of things. Because then I'm also a Christian. So I'm like, even though my type of Christianity, most Christians, well, I'm not going to say most, I don't know most, but a lot of Christians don't think that my open-mindedness to a lot of things is blasphemous to what they believe in or how they choose to believe in. Because the way I do it is a little different. For instance, like when it comes to like God and stuff like that, I do question a lot of, well, not God, I don't question God, but yeah, I do question a lot of things. I do question a lot of things when it comes to spirituality. So that's why I said it too.
Spirituality is not, I would say, facts.
Religion, accepting the facts. Because religion is said to be a fact as far as Christianity. Because this is just my belief. Even in the Bible, prophets did that, disciples did that. So they question it. So I don't know why I'm wrong for when I question it. People look at me crazy. How about sexual intimacy?
Stop it.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.